Oh, hey, what's up? We're live. So, I'm going to present my custom brushes in Krita in this live stream. Um, it will be also available in a show, well, not short, but a concise video form at the end of this week. So, shit. Let me open up a new file, a standard 4K file that is, and this is my animation workspace. Uh, since we're not animating, I'll just switch back to my this this workspace. I don't really use any too much features, so I have just this simple layout, and I like to draw on this side. And I'm using tablet, so everything else is on my right hand side, and I can move this like this, and this. So let's start with the first brush, which is a simple foliage brush. So this is not just a foliage brush. I use this brush to basically generate what you can call a happy accident, and I use it everywhere from like mainly for brushes, but I also use it for like let's say spots on a wall or stuff like that. But I'll just demonstrate what I use it for. But this is not a main brush that I use to draw. This is the one that I use mainly use to paint and everything, right? So this is a brush which have one hard side and one soft side, and then I control the angle with the help of my pen, which is this. And if I like move like this and this, the angle changes on the canvas. So like this. So let's say if I want to draw a line like this, I can draw it. Then I can draw this as well. And then I have to like bend my arms in a weird position to draw this. So I have written a script that just switches the angle on top to inverse. So I can just use it like this and this. This is a very simple script. Uh, so if you didn't know Krita, we can write like Python scripts to modify or maybe to make simple add-ons or things like that. So I just wrote a script to just flip this, and I'm working on an add-on which is mainly for animation purposes, but it's not finished yet. So and I'm busy with like some projects and stuff, so I'm not gonna finish it anytime soon. So let me show you how I use this. So this is a very versatile brush, as you can tell. I use it to like basically block out and then render a simple form that as a base that I can go off of and add detail and stuff. So let's say I want to draw a cloud. So let's start with the organic shape. I want to paint a cloud. So I'll just pick a shadow color here, um, which is this, and let's just paint a simple shape, a very general shape. So I'm gonna go with a very stylized and cartoony shape, but the rendering will be realistic. So the main reason why I use this brush to fill out the shape is because it gives us some nice happy accents that we can go off of in our final painting. So let's say we have this shading right here. This is I'm not gonna fill it up because this is gonna add some personality in the final render. Same with this, same with this. So some shapes are not usable, so I can just blend them out like this. But some are very usable. Things like this. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip the angle of my brush. So I'm drawing like this, right? And I'm gonna pick a highlight color for this, maybe like this. I normally use right click menu to pick the colors, but since I have it here when I'm painting, I also have this color which is very interesting. But if I start talking about this, we'll go off track very quickly. So okay, this is not good, that good of a color. So let me just pick this color. Yeah, this is nice. And now okay, now I'm gonna use this to make the render the form. As you can see, this is very useful brush to render organic forms. And so now it doesn't look that good right now, but once we start blending colors together and adding more detail into this, this will be really helpful in the long term. Now I'm just gonna pick a nice blending brush, and I'm just gonna pick like these details. Oh, and then blend off like these overlapping brush strokes, which give us an unfinished look. So stuff like that. And this is essentially our basic cloud shape. So you can use it. It looks very hard at the moment, and the forms are going all over the place. But we can just do some minor adjustments like this, and then we can blend some of the hard edges from the silhouette to give it a softer feel. But this is a very useful brush. If you have a brush that can like manipulate the angle of or if you have a pen that manipulate angle of the brush, you can use this brush, and this is very. I'm not gonna paint blur off all of the edges, but just some of the edges that gives us. Yeah, and the colors are a bit off because I didn't have a proper sky here, so this is just demonstrating it. I'm gonna use the same brush again, and I'll add some ambient shadows and a bit of a pop of color in the shadows. So maybe like here, here, and with this you can accidentally get like very nice forms and very nice color variations. And now the highlight colors are very off, so I'm just gonna add some contrast to the highlights and maybe. And I can even rotate the canvas instead of rotating the brush. When I have canvas rotated over like this, I like to keep the navigator on the side just so I can look at what I'm doing, because it's like quite hard to get an idea of your. See, yeah, nice. Okay, and looking at the over this overview window, I see that we need some short forms on the bottom of the cloud as well. So I can just give it some things like this. हेलो मिस्टर असनैन आपका फ़ोन आ रहा है anyways. So and now we can use the blending brush again, which is a default brush in Krita, and we can just blend off all of the forms, and we don't really want the edges to be soft all over the place. So we're gonna bring back our main brush. I don't know what I call it, but I think this is like a very weird name, so I just call it my main brush. And then I'm gonna switch the settings to erasers by using Shift E, which you have to set up like in the beginning, and I forgot like how you do that, but see, and now you can have some nice edges in the bottom as well, and the colors are still off, but I think it doesn't really matter. So since this is just a demo, and now my other brush. So this is the first brush. And the other brush is to add some color variation in the shapes. So let's say we want to add some color, some vibrancy in this, and maybe have the hue shift around. Instead of doing it manually, I can have my what, I don't know what this brush is called. See, I mean I named it, but I just don't remember it. Yeah, this is scatter color brush. So this is supposed to just scatter cubes of different colors over the image. So that's why I'm using it on a different layer. You don't want to ruin the overall image for this. Oh, and I wanna clip it like this. So if you're not familiar to in Krita, you have if you want to clip a layer to a layer below, you have to have both of the layers on in a group, and then you can just clip the top layer by using this button. So that's that. And oh, I don't want it to be this strong. So all you have to do is pick the main color that you want to have some vibrancy of color in it, and then you're gonna size it down and just give it some dabs like around here and here. And I have modified this default Krita brush to do the same thing, but I have a bit more control over the strokes, so like where the color goes and stuff like that. So this is a bit too colorful, so I'm just gonna get my soft brush, and I'm just gonna erase out some of the details from the shadows. In fact, there should be details in the shadows, but but I don't know. And now uh, you can let me yeah. You can just merge this together, and we can bring a brush, a textured blending brush like this, and you can blend like these shapes all together, and this will give us some free color variations which so if you're not using like any custom brush to get color variation, you have to uh, put all of these colors in there in the base form of your main shape. But so we have some like freedom. Okay. So yeah, now it looks like a weird. It looks very too solid. So we're just gonna get our simple blending brush and maybe blend out some of the details like this. There should be some ambiguity in the cloud, and I think the shadows are a bit too less colorful. So I'm just gonna put the saturation up like this, and I'll just press Control L. So this is just straight up cloud painting tutorial now, and maybe have this. So since the clouds are have subsurface scattering on them, the contrast between highlights and shadows um, are is small. Oh, I have two viewers now. One of them is my brother, and I don't know who the other one is. If she can just say hello in the chat. Anyways, so if we put sky background behind it, I think it'll look prettier than this. Let's say we have a sky which is typically colored like this. Oh, now it's blending together with the. Okay, this is not helping. Anyways, we're not here for the colors. Let's just. The colors are off because I was using this grayish background here. But this is just a demo of our brushes, and that's it. So let's hide this and maybe add a new layer here, here, like this. And what's our next brush? So I have demoed this brush. So by itself, it does something like this, and you can use it to like get some nice random forms with this. Let's just do that. So instead of thinking of what we're going to paint, I'll just put something on the canvas and we will make a form out of it. So I'm just seeing a 3D shape here. So let me get my foam brush here, and I'll just put some shadows in there, and then we can render it out. Oh, this is looking weird, man. Because the shadow colors are not that great. So I'm just gonna get this and maybe make the shadows a bit more vibrant. Maybe now it's looking nice. And since the shapes of the form are blocky, I'm gonna keep the shadows blocky as well. So yeah, and let's just give it some form here. See, we have something like this. And now here we have free coloration in the shadows and the base form. So the for the main purpose I use this color scatter brush for is to just get some variation in the shapes. Oh, variation in the colors, and I don't really use it for form or anything. So that's why it's turning out to be a bit ugly. And yeah, we can. This doesn't look that great. Okay, yeah, that doesn't make too much sense. Let me show you how I really use this. So let's say we have, let me draw a cube here. What the hell? Hmm. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, let's draw a nice orange cube here. Let's give it some highlights. Okay, we don't want the highlight to be grayish or anything, so I'm going for a hello Ijaz Ali, brother Shera. ये मतलब मैं बेसिकली ये वीडियो रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हूँ, सो तो मैं इसे क्या कहते हैं, डाउनलोड करके एडिट करके यूट्यूब वीडियो बना दूँगा. तो basically this is my live process to record a video. Okay, so we have this, and now to make this interesting, so what we're gonna do is, first thing is we'll just introduce some gradients in the shadow side and in the highlights, but separately. So let me lock the transparency here, and we can pick this color, and we can go warm, and we can go dark. We can go dark quite a bit, and something like this. And to insert some shadow or color variation in the highlights, we can go like this, but not too warm. And now since these are some so soft shading, so we don't want that. So I'm just gonna pick this color, and I'll pick my rendering brush, and I'll just give it some variations here and there, which will give us some accidental forms as well, which is nice for mostly for non-organic, but sometimes we can use it for organic stuff as well. Oh, I'm just saying it in the opposite thing. And we're gonna do the same thing with the highlight side, and we use this canvas color here as some like what do we call it? Some like dirty as no, some like dirt and imperfection on the surface like this. And now to introduce some colors in this, I'm gonna clip this, add this, and we're gonna use this. Oh, not too, sorry, not too big, still too big, still too big. Yeah, and now we're just gonna scatter some random colors around the canvas here. I'll pick this color and pick this color. And it doesn't look that great by itself, but if we just get our foam rendering brush again, and I pick some colors here and just dab it on the surface, and maybe fade out where there's too much color, and get some nice variation in the edges, we can get a nice color to go. Sometimes it gets muddy if you do it too much. So for example, the color from the corner here is clashing with the colors in the top. So I'm just gonna fade out the top colors and just keep colors in the bottom. And I'm purposely keeping this edge uh, a bit what do you call it, imperfect, just to get some interest in the edge. See, and let's just do this, and yeah, okay, let's just fix the just blend this or merge this all together, and I'm just gonna fix this edge here. Yeah, so this is how we get a nice interesting way. So yeah, let's just quickly paint a ground for this, just for presentation purposes. And we're gonna have it on a grassy land, make it blue and make it gray, and maybe we can have the value go a bit down, maybe not too down. I'm getting a lot of messages, but I'll look at that later. Uh, See, as I was saying, we are getting some nice forms by default. And I'm just gonna blend these edges out like with a soft blending brush and get this and do that here, do that here. And let's go back to our main form brush and just bring these hard edges back like this. Now let's just paint in the what do you call it, the light color. But before that, we're gonna paint the reflected light from the sky on here. Oh, this is too much. Wait, this is not too much. Oh, yeah, I like this one. Okay, now we're gonna paint the highlight color here. हाँ, दराज तो क्यों नहीं गई थी? तो मैंने पोज कर देना. नहीं, मैं पोज करती है. पता नहीं यार, वो तो वेख ही नहीं इधर हुई. क्या? कल लाइट बुझा दे, तो सीधा रखी ना थल्ले वापस आ जाए. कोई मैंने वहां तो पूरा करने दे ना. लाइट बंद कर. Hey, we're back. Oh my goodness, we're back. Okay, so we were painting some shadows in this. I had some technical problems. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly just paint in this color and get the brushwork right. Now that the ground beneath the wall is very bright, it's gonna reflect some light on the wall. So let's do that first. And same thing with this. Not too much, very subtle, but there's going to be some light. And to give it a grassy feel, we can use a custom brush, but I don't like the feel of those custom brushes. So I have made this brush, which so it the only thing it does. Oh, what the heck? The only thing it does is it just gives us some random shapes. This brush right here. Let me change the color. It just gives us some random shapes like this. So then we can use these random shapes to construct a shape nicer shape. So for example, we can have use this as a base. So maybe again the happy accident philosophy. Or Shabazz Abid said hi, but now I have only one viewer, so I think He left because I didn't reply. Anyways, yeah. So now we have a shape like this. So okay, we're gonna. I try to do it. I prefer doing this with hand, but we can also use some like, and we can do like stuff like this here as well. And we also want to add some color variations on the ground. So I'll just pick a color here and just dab it around. You can like if you even if you don't have a custom brush, you can just pick this color, shift the hue, dab it, shift the hue, dab it. So this is what basically the brush is doing, but automatically. So this is, and I'm just saying it to prove it to myself that this is not cheating, but and we're gonna and we have only one brush left, which is just a soft brush. So this is a textured soft brush which gives us nothing special. So we're just gonna use this to blend the colors around in the, and instead of blending it with the regular brush, what you can do is just pick your uh, default round brush which comes with by default with Krita, and we can just dab around and give it a feel of a grassy land here and there again. And this is how we have a nice. I think this should be the thumbnail, right? So yeah, I'll make this as a thumbnail of the live stream. I'll just take a screenshot. Okay. Yeah. So that's it for all of my custom brushes. So uh, these one, two, three, four, five. So these five brushes are my custom brushes, and then rest of these are just default Krita brushes. And I have modified this just a tiny bit, and rest of them are just uh, regular Krita brushes. And these are all of the brushes that I use in my painting processes. So for example, I have this background which isn't that great, but I didn't want it to focus on the background too much. And then we have another background which is, oh, let me, oh yeah, and we have this background. This isn't too great either, but it is something. But I think the background I like the most is from this scene here. So this is a music video I'm working on. I'm planning to finish it on maybe at the next year. Yeah. So yeah, this is a painting that I painted with these brushes. So you can see like these color variations using the like those brushes. Yeah, the next year joke. And same thing with this. And you can see I love putting like just random colors around, inspired by Marco Bucci. And oh, I have two viewers now, but it's almost time to end the stream. This can by itself be regular video, but I'm gonna edit out some awkward parts, and as I'm getting like messages in between the stream. Anyways, so yeah, and that's it maybe. And I'm gonna just gonna end the stream, and thank you for two people to. Oh, anyways, okay, that's it. Oh, let me show you my other screen here. Yeah, so this is my big screen, and I have a nice lighting setup due to this light. This is a ring light I bought. Very good purchase, and I'm soon gonna have a new setup, and maybe I'll make a video about that. And we have this thing that I can just point at. Oh, it doesn't point in my face. I can bring it on the top, and uh, oh, I am a researcher now. Maybe I can have an earring. Okay, now I have an earring. Oh, it doesn't look like that. Um, and subscribe for more stuff like this, and you will find a short video if you Don't like the long form stuff. And I don't know what my mic quality is like, but anyways, okay. And like the video as well. So end the stream now.